Hello Virgos, happy 4th of July if you're watching this when I'm recording this. This is going to be your 2020 July romance reading. I'm going to do a few different spreads for you. If you want, you could jump to the relevant spread, or you're welcome to watch the whole thing. I shuffled all my cards off camera, but I'll do it once or twice on camera for your viewing pleasure. First, I'll do a horseshoe spread. That's going to do the past, present, future, 3 to 4 months out, and then a 12-month outcome. Then I will do a one-on-one relationship spread. I will read it as a romantic relationship, but feel free to reinterpret the meanings to a different type of relationship, like a boss, a cousin, something like that. I will pull oracle cards from Spirit to get a bird's eye view of the situation. That's, more neutral. And then I will pull oracle cards from your person if you're out of touch with your person and you want to know what's on their mind. And finally, I'll do some angel advice cards at the end. And I'm just getting set up for your horseshoe spread. And I don't know if you can hear the fireworks or not, but hopefully it's not too bothersome. But it is what it is. I don't know, maybe I'll watch them in a bit. Okay. Alrighty, so here is your horseshoe spread. We got your past, your present, your future, 3 to 4 months out. We got you in a nutshell. We got your environment, we got your hopes and or your fears, and over here we got a 12-month outcome. And I have these romance cards. Don't take them as advice right now. I'm just taking them to understand what's going on for your situation. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so in your past position we got the 10 of Pentacles reversed. We got the Horai time reversed, and we got release your ex. Release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. Upside down, and it's a woman who's kind of looking distraught and holding a paper under the moonlight in a garden. Alright, so perhaps there could be some chaos in your household right now, Virgo. You could be experiencing financial challenges, perhaps, and that could be affecting your romantic business. You might be kind of feeling like it's a bad time. The timing's off with the Horai. Maybe you're waiting for something to happen. It's not happening fast enough. And it could be that maybe you're not releasing, like maybe you have an ex that you have in mind, or someone that you intend to break up with, or you should, but you really just haven't done it yet, because it's scary to try to change things. There could be someone that you're clinging on to, physically or just energetically, and that might be affecting your household income right now. Let's see. Your present situation, Virgo, we got the 10 of Cups reversed. We got Orpheus music. It's a picture of a man singing with some wild animals around him and musical notes around him. And then we got Keep an Open Mind reversed. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. And it's 2 women talking to a man. The man is on a chair, the women are on like a bench or a bed, and there's a Cupid guy flying over. So right now you're probably not feeling too happy about your romantic atmosphere. With the 10 of Cups reversed, normally when it's upright, it's happiness, fulfillment, feeling creative, spiritual, loved, feeling like you have all the intangible things in life. But it's upside down, so it's the opposite of that. You know, you're not, you feel like there's something missing. It's not quite right. You probably just feel a lot of sadness in regards to your love life right now, which is interesting because in the past the problem was, I guess, not enough stuff, not enough money. 10 of Pentacles, and now you got the 10 of Cups in your present, so now it's not enough emotions, or bad emotions. It does look like you are in a situation where you are expressing yourself, and it could be that you're just expressing the sadness that you feel right now, whether that's in a song or talking to friends. It does look like you are having a hard time keeping an open mind when it comes to dating. You might have an expectation of someone that they need to be a certain way. Perhaps you want them to be a certain height, hair length, skin color, certain job, whatever it is. Maybe you do have options around that have the other attributes, but you're really a stickler for one kind of attribute, and it's limiting your options greatly. Maybe if you're looking for a tall guy, but you know, a nice guy comes up, you're going to say, oh, I'm not going to bother with him, he's not tall enough. Something like that. It could be like that. So I guess, don't overlook other qualities too that could be interesting, you know. Perhaps them being spiritual or creative, good with kids, good with animals, something. Maybe they have the same diet. Maybe you're vegan and you might need a vegan to date, and you're just focused on the wrong thing, the wrong attribute. So it looks like that. But it does look like you have some change coming up in your future, which is good. In the 3 to 4 month outcome, we got the what was that? 19, the number sun. It's a picture of a kid riding a horse under the sun, and a blanket's coming off of him, and the kid is like naked. And there's sunflowers in the background. We got Charon, transition, like an old man in their little rickety boat in an ocean storm. And we got reversed, express your love, go ahead and make the romantic gesture. So, I mean, this is looking, I think it looks better. It's looking better in your future. It looks like in the past you were having trouble releasing your ex. Perhaps you were having trouble in the present wanting to find someone else that maybe even looked like your ex, or reminded you of your ex. Maybe you wanted another rocker because the last guy was a rocker or whatever. But it looks like in the future you're going to be more liberated. You're going to be starting to change your attitudes about dating. And the Sun card is one of the best cards you can get. It's about being free, liberated, no inhibitions, nothing to hide. You're just putting yourself out there, you're radiating, and everyone's loving you. You're having just a pure joyous time. But it does look like in the future you might be tuning it down on expressing your emotions. Perhaps you feel like you might be getting it all out now, and so in the future you don't want to express your emotions as much. You might even be holding back from initiating dating experiences or accepting dating experiences. In the future, maybe you're just going to be focused on having fun and not necessarily on dating. Let's see. Okay. So, you, Virgo, let's see. We got, this is how you are. We got death. And then we got Hercules, protector. So it does look like you're going through a major transformation right now. You're having to shed whatever is not working for you anymore and become a new you. You're about to be reborn. It does look like you are kind of tiptoeing through the woods. It might be kind of a dark and scary place that you're at right now. There might be metaphorical beasts around you, but at some point you will get through the woods and you will see brighter days in your future. So that's looking good. Okay, so next we have your environment. The environment is not necessarily something that you can control, but it does affect you. For example, if it's raining outside, you could decide to go out in the rain. You could decide to put on a raincoat, go outside, or you could stay in, but you can't change it from raining. So in your case, in your dating sphere, we got the Seven of Pentacles, and we got Uranus remoteness. Neither of these cards is very conducive to dating or even just having some flirtatious fun. So the Seven of Pentacles, perhaps there's options out there, but people are kind of just looking out there and not taking any action. They might be counting their chickens before they hatch. There could be people out there wondering if they're going to be able to make a baby in time. Sometimes they see this as like, an egg coming out of the person just because of the positioning, but there could be some of that on their mind, some anxiety of that. It looks like people do have money to date, but they're just not doing it. In addition to that, with the Uranus card, people might be feeling really distant right now. Your dating partners might not be in the same city. They might be out for a business trip. They might just be traveling. Perhaps they moved away, but the people that you are wanting to date, the people in your dating sphere, are physically not present with the Uranus card, which generally is a really tough card to get in a dating forecast. At least it's in your environment and it's not any specific person. I'll say that though. Okay. So we got your hopes and or your fears over here. We got the Two of Wands reversed, and we got Eros strife. Okay, let's see. So it looks like one of your fears could be that you're afraid that you might not ever take action. You might be given a choice, given some options, and you just don't know what to do. Maybe too many choices confuse you, or you just don't want to commit to one because that means turning the other one down. That looks like one of your fears. The other component of this is Eros strife. Strife, chaos. You're afraid of a situation that's going to be unorganized, too chaotic. There's going to be too much mess, too much noise around you, and you won't be able to understand what's going on. Communication breakdowns, not meeting them in person, not syncing up with other people. There's too much chaos, out of controlness, and that seems to be something that you fear. Oh, I think you can hear the fireworks. Okay, let's see. Which is kind of funny that fireworks would be so loud on your reading, but okay. Your 12-month outcome. So, if you are going through a breakup or a heartache of some kind, it looks like it will finally be leaving you 12 months from now, so the next July 4th or just July 2023. That will be finally coming to a close. So whatever emotional wounds you are experiencing, it might take some time for you to get over them. Or maybe you'll meet a new person and need to get over that person. But probably tied to the same wound that you're having to experience and get over right now. Despite that, it looks like you are going to start getting your inner passion back. Your drive to express yourself, your drive to be all that you can be, the fire that makes you unique and special. It looks like that will finally be sparked up 12 months from now, so that's good. And that's with Hestia in your fire. And then we have also engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment, but that's reversed. So, I mean, there could be an engagement that finally breaks off. Maybe one of your exes, you might see that they're engaged, or so you could finally know, oh, okay, well, me and them, it's over for sure now. Okay, so give me 1 second. Let me set up for the one-on-one reading. Alright, Virgo, so let's get set up for your one-on-one relationship reading. As I said before, it could be any relationship that you want. I will read it as a romantic relationship. Feel free to reinterpret the meanings to the other context as you need to. And I did shuffle the cards off camera, but I'm doing them on camera too, just for your viewing pleasure. And the fireworks are still going on outside, which they do seem chaotic when you hear them, but they are quite beautiful to see them through the window. Alrighty. So this is your one-on-one relationship spread. On the left is typically you, the client, and on the right is your person. If you really want to, you could switch them, but these are the positions, so I'll read them as they are, and I'll typically read this as a female, this is male, for simplicity's sake, but the genders don't necessarily matter. Okay. So, it looks like the energy that you're bringing to this relationship is letting go of an unfair situation. Perhaps you were being subjected to an unfair situation, or you were bringing an unfair energy to the table. It just looked like it's finally like the matter of time, like it was supposed to end right now. With the Wheel of Fortune, that tends to be something that was destined to happen, and you really couldn't do anything about it. There's also an aspect of these books here, reading, communication, social media, blog post. Perhaps you were writing things on social media that might have been out of proportion, or maybe you were reading them, but it seems to be something that's going on right now. Your person side, we got the Ten of Wands reversed, and we got Prometheus, Carelessness reversed. So whatever burdens your person was carrying, it looks like it's finally coming to a close. It seems like they were carrying just too much weight. They were doing too many different things at the same time, and that was probably burning them out. It looks like they're finally getting to that finish line, though. It does look like there was a sense of perhaps they were gossiping at one point with the epitomius, carelessness, because in this card, it always looks like there's like all these gas coming out of the people's mouths, and I always see that as like bad words. Like if you want to be more literal, like a virus or something, but bad words coming out of the person's mouth. So, but since it's in the reverse position, I'm seeing that is coming to like a wind down. So it could be that maybe they were saying a lot of stuff, perhaps online, and you were reading it over here on your different sides of the table. Okay, so in the middle we got your past, present, and future shared energy in this relationship. So in the past position we got the Knight of Wands reversed, and we got Themis, Cosmic Order reversed, and we got New Love, a new person has stirred your romantic feelings. So it looks like maybe in the past someone kind of rushed in, they were flirtatious, and there are so many fireworks right now, I'm sorry, being very flirtatious, being very fiery, being spicy. They might have just wanted a one-night stand, maybe, or they weren't thinking anything too serious or long-term at the time. But it looks like they might have come in and maybe they perhaps didn't go all the way, or they didn't hit the finish line. Since the card is reversed, it's like they got in and they didn't land, It looks like perhaps this was not the right time for them to come into your life with the Cosmic Order upside down. Themis talks about things happening at the exact right time. With it upside down, perhaps this person wasn't meant to come into your life so soon or at that time. Even though they did come in, you did find them as a new love, a new character in your story. They might have been trying to romance you. Again, we had this little knight with a rose kind of courting this woman with all these cupids behind her. Okay, so present position. We got the Knight of Cups, we got Uranus, remoteness, and we got trust. This situation is calling you to have faith. So it's an interesting combination that you have here, because the Knight of Cups is generally like someone bringing you an offer, bringing you a love offer, being romantic, kind of coming in on their knight in shining armor, literally, kind of showing off, but being gentle, being loving, being caring. Not quite marriage material of an approach, but they are being like a courting. They're courting you, but it's weird because they're courting you, but from a distance, perhaps. Because with Uranus remoteness, perhaps they're overseas. They had to go into a different state, different city. They're not physically near you right now. When I've gotten Uranus in my own readings, that tends to be a situation where I was blocked. So there could be a situation where there's no contact right now. Despite that it looks like you do have trust in the situation. Maybe they told you that they were going to come back, or maybe they told you they would wait for you or something, and you're out of touch, and one or both of you trust that you will fulfill this promise that was made. Future. So we got the Five of Swords, we got Hydra challenges, and in reverse we have true love. This is the romance of a lifetime. Well, I got to be honest, this is not looking good. The Five of Swords is generally not a good card. It's about fighting, bickering, yelling, vocal arguments, communication arguments, because swords are about communications. It tends to be like maybe someone wins a battle, but it's a shallow win. Maybe they say something, but they pulled a card that they weren't supposed to. It's kind of messed up, and they say they win the argument, but maybe they betrayed trust, or they went to a level that they weren't supposed to. And since that is also here, the challenges, Hydra, this is problems. As soon as you think you guys solve one thing, another problem crops up, or two. It's just, you keep trying to solve these problems between you guys, and there's just more problems. It just never seems to end. With this true love reversed, it looks like someone might be feeling expent with their love. So perhaps it was not true love, it was not unconditional love, because if it's coming to, an end, it's coming to running out of love, there was only so much they can give, and there was a finite amount, and it was tapped out. Okay. Alright, Virgo, I pushed those cards to the side. Let's draw some cards to get a bird's eye view of the situation from Spirit. Let's see if anything else comes through from a neutral voice before we go on to the person's point of view. And the fireworks are still going. I'll probably have to stop after this one. Okay. Alrighty. So this is what we got for you, my Virgos. Generally, when these cards are upside down, I'll take it as the opposite of that meaning, or it's blocked, or sometimes like it's a +1, like it's a super, exclamation point version of that. We'll see as we go. We got past life love. Your soul remembers this intense connection. Reversed. So I'm seeing with that, it's probably that if you are in separation with someone, it's more about you just remembering the connection from the past. You got regret. Someone feels remorse for the way they treated you. So that's likely if that person was, for no better phrasing, like talking shit with their carelessness, they were just saying stuff. saying your secrets, saying things that weren't true. They probably are regretting it. They might have thought they won an argument or won by making you feel bad, but now they're like, well, now I'm the one that feels bad for saying that stuff. We got support reversed. Lean on your inner circle during this time. So, since it's reversed, you might just want to be careful who you're talking to, who you're confiding in, making sure you're not feeding any more rumors, and the people you're trusting are really worthy of trust. You're not just trusting them because you've known them for a while. They've actually shown you with their actions that they are worthy of trust. We got soulmate. Your soulmate loves, accepts, and respects you unconditionally. So if you're feeling this person was your soulmate, maybe they are, or maybe there is someone that is your soulmate that you just haven't recognized yet. Maybe you were focused on A and it's really B. Maybe it's the person you're confiding in that's loving, accepting you unconditionally. Maybe you're thinking it's this one person and it's actually the other person that's been by your side the whole time. We got stability. This relationship can stand the test of time. Okay? So if you are trying to work through something, perhaps you will be able to work it out. You'll just have to keep working on those challenges, those problems that keep cropping up. At the end of the day, it's your choice. If you want to choose to fix them, if you want to choose to work past it, or if you want to give up, move on, find another person that has less problems. But it looks like if you do want to stick around, it will be around for a while. Reversed, we got obsession. Someone in this connection is gripped by obsessive thoughts. Reversed. So I'm going to take that as probably someone is super obsessed. It could be the case that they don't care at all, but I'm thinking it's probably the super obsessed, if they also have regret. We got twin flame reversed. This is a divine counterpart connection. So you might think that the person is your twin flame, or at least you feel that way. You might feel the connection between you and them, especially like we got soulmate and twin flame. So there could be some sort of strong soul connection that you guys have. Okay, let me put these cards away and pull out your oracle cards from the person. Alright. I'll pull your oracle cards from the person on your mind. See what they're thinking if you're out of contact and you want to know what's on their mind. And I gotta hustle because I think at 10 o'clock there's probably gonna be 10 more fireworks. Okay. So let's see what we got here. Sometimes when these are reversed, I'll say that as it's reversed of the card, opposite of the card, it's blocked, or it's to the extreme, like exclamation point. We'll see as we go. I know more than you think. I hope I will see you again sometime. I am not available. I feel you leaving me behind. I see all the things that you do for others. Reversed. I wish we could go back. Reversed. I'm going to take that as a +1 because they want to see you again sometime. I've been struggling. I'm going to put that with this one. I'm happy that it's over. I want to tell you so much. Reversed. I want to tell you how I feel. Interesting. So they probably really want to tell you how they feel because they got this kind of twice. I feel you even though we are apart. So it does look like you have a spiritual connection. At least they're tapping into it on their side, that they're feeling you. It looks like they know more than they think. And they want to see you again. Perhaps when they did see you, though, it was very painful. They probably didn't want to drag you through the pain with them. Especially if, they're not available, they're struggling. Alrighty. So let me put this aside. Okay. Let me pull a few more oracle cards for you. You're welcome to read these in combination with the other cards or as a separate reading if you think it's different. And it's a general reading, so hopefully all the cards make sense to you, but maybe just 90% of them will to your story. Okay. It's like that. Okay. So again, when it's reversed, I'll take it as the opposite of, or blocked, or sometimes to the extreme. We talk in my dreams. So they might be seeing you talking to you in your dreams, even if you don't remember talking to them in the dreams. Perhaps you're doing it yourself, or maybe it's just your higher self, your soul, that's doing the talking, and it's not your conscious self. I know myself, I sometimes will talk to people in my dreams, and then I'll talk to them in real life and say, hey, do you remember what happened last night? And they won't have a clue. I'm like, well, I guess it was just for my benefit, and they were trying to help me, and it's not necessarily something that person needs to know in real life. Next we have reversed, I couldn't make a choice. So we'll see if that means that they made a choice or they literally couldn't make it and it was so hard. You were too proud. So it seems like they're saying perhaps some of the blame is on you, not necessarily that it's true, but it's from their point of view. I hesitated. I am on guard, or I am guarded. And this one over here. Time heals all wounds. So perhaps they feel like whatever wounds they have or they have inflicted, they are not healed yet. I will come forward to you. So perhaps you need to wait for them to come forward to you when they're ready, when they feel like the time is right. Of course, it's up to you if you want to do that or if you want to take initiative, because it's your life too. I look at your photos and texts. So it looks like they are having some nostalgia about the situation. Perhaps they are trying to also reread and see if they said anything wrong or what they did to cross the line. So it might be good that they're contemplating that. We have different spiritual beliefs. That's a pretty tough one to get. Sometimes you cannot get on the same page. If one of you is atheist, one of you is spiritual, or if you have one's Catholic and one is pagan or something, it could be that too. Nothing serious. I kind of got a series of these. It was NSA. I am just playing the field. I didn't plan on this. I am polyamorous. Which, maybe they are poly, or maybe they're just, not ethical, non-monogamous, but maybe they're dating a lot of people right now. I can't marry upside down, so perhaps they feel like they don't want to marry, they're too young to marry, they're not ready to marry, or they just literally will never marry. Maybe they saw their parents get a divorce and they don't want to go through that, so they'll not do it, This was too heavy to carry. So perhaps when, they just have too many responsibilities, or if they're dating all these people, there's just too much stuff to juggle. We did see them with the Ten of Wands reversed, again, carrying a lot of heavy weight. So it does look like that is, coming through again. We got, I want to divorce reversed. So perhaps they don't want to divorce, they want a reconciliation. And like I said, sometimes this is like to the extreme, like exclamation point, or sometimes I take it as the opposite of. So you could reinterpret that to your needs. Okay, let me push these to the side. Alrighty, Virgo, I pushed those cards off. Let me pull your advice. Alrighty. So we got courage, Archangel Ariel. Be courageous and stand up for your beliefs. We got Angelite, spiritual or religious community. Join with like-minded people for friendship and increased spiritual growth. So if you are having a spiritual disconnect with the person in mind. You don't have to make them be to your spiritual belief. Maybe you could just find other people that are on the same wavelength with you on that front. That person doesn't have to be everything for you. You could have friends in other places to meet your other needs. And that might make you feel reassured, especially if they were making you think you were crazy, wrong, or being antiquated or something. Other people will understand you. It's fine if they don't. If they never felt anything spiritual, they never had a spiritual encounter, then of course they're not going to believe you. But with these lay people, they probably have, so that they'll understand because they have the same experience as you. We got children. Your love life is being affected by children. So this is probably someone is acting like a child more than anything. Someone's being childish in a negative way, not in the joyful, playful way, but in like the temper tantrum way. You could literally have children that are affecting your dating relationship too. Maybe your kids, their kids, or your fur babies, since there are so many fur babies in here. But generally, I'll see this as a negative, like there's kids affecting it. Someone's acting like a kid. We got love and light. Your purpose is to bring divine healing, light, and love to this world. This is actually from a job hobby deck. But I normally pull these two anyways. You could take it as straight job hobby advice, or you could take it under the lens of love. So, I mean, perhaps your purpose is to find, love and like it says, not to settle, not to find someone that's dark or dimming. Find the person that sets you on fire in a positive way. And one of my favorite people, we got Iris Harmony 32. Alrighty. I will read her history. It's a little longer, but I mean, that's fine. Iris, Harmony, and the myth. Iris is the daughter of the sea god Thaumas and the nymph Electra. She is Hera's personal messenger and able to travel freely through the realms. Represented by a rainbow, Iris is said to provide water to the clouds as she carries the picture from the sky, from the river Styx to the river that creates the boundary between the earth and the heaven world and Hades. The water from the river has many magical powers. Iris uses it to make those who perjure themselves go to sleep. Like Hermes, Iris carries a herald's wand. Like the rainbow, Iris is a link between the god and the humankind, heaven and the earth. Through the unity of the sun and water, she creates a full spectrum of colors that brings harmony with her wherever she goes, maintaining communication between the realms. The message. If you have drawn this card, it is time to pay attention to your feelings. If you are expressing conflict in a relationship, it may be time to go find out why. Are you happy with a heart? Are you looking after your inner needs? Are you confident and comfortable within yourself? Do you listen to yourself and honor your word to yourself? All of these things directly impact your relationships and ability to communicate with the world around you. This is a time for restoring harmony, first to yourself and then to the world around you. This is a card about harmony of the heart, and the harmony that can exist only when you take care of yourself. This is a time to write in a journal or sit in a reflective space and focus on what you are feeling and what you need at this time in order to be nurtured and whole within yourself. This is a time to find a loving space that exists within your heart and truly open yourself up to love, kindness, generosity, and forgiveness. In order to do this, you may need to take time to feel love and kindness toward yourself. Only when you have nourished yourself can the abundance of love and joy exist within your flow into the world. And it is only that will be able to create true harmony with others in a clear and balanced way. And I did pull this card accidentally earlier, so let's bring it out in case it helps. I pulled Char and Transition about making change, if you want to see that one too. Okay, Virgo, so that is your July 2022 reading. Thank you so much for joining.